Hello, 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 beautiful people. Happy full moon and partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. Today, I would like to give you all your astrological health report, okay? This is going to be based on your rising sign. So, yesterday I did a blog about the past 2 years and what this eclipse has been trying to teach you. So, go ahead and check that out on my website at formysisters.org. Today, I would just like to talk about the astrological health report. I am not a physician, okay? I just follow the signs, the stars, and I just want to share with you all this side of astrology, okay? So, go back and look at your birth chart to figure out where your rising sign is and to see where Pisces is in your chart, okay? So wherever Pisces is in your chart is where we're going to focus on this health report, okay? So before we start with the body parts, I just want to remind you of Pisces energy, okay? And it's higher octave and lower octave, okay? So with this higher octave, it's very creative, it's imaginative, it listens to its intuition, it just knows things, okay? In its lower octave, okay, it could be very like dismissive, rose-colored glasses, ignore certain things, just to be too much in the imaginations and not really here in reality, okay? So with this transit, this is things that you've probably been ignoring, okay? You've been having the signs. You probably, know you need to get that checkup, or you've gotten the diagnoses and you've just been ignoring, what your doctor has been telling you. And these past few years, like, the energy has been really trying to just shove you and push you like, look, no, we need to take care of this thing. Like, it's getting worse, and if you're not taking care of it, it's going to become even more worse, okay? So this is the parts of your body, okay, where Pisces is in your chart, okay? And this is what the energy is trying to teach you, okay? So if you are a Pisces rising, okay, this past few years has been really focusing on wanting you to focus on your head, your face, your brain, and your eyes, okay? So if you have not gone to the doctor to get your eyes checked, that is something that you need to do, okay? Also, MRIs, even something as simple as getting a facial, okay? Because facials are really important as well. They help with, acne, and it's also good for like beautification, all right? So Aries is all about the self. It's all about like, when I look at you, what do I see? It's the first thing that people see is your face, okay? So if you've been putting off that facial, you've been putting off that chemical peel, go ahead and get that done, okay? Also, as far as the brain, like, are you doing puzzles? Are you doing brain activity? Also, if dementia runs in your family, Alzheimer's, stuff like that, are you focusing on those areas, okay? Now, moving on to the second house, if you have Aquarius, this is Pisces in the second house, all right? So if you're an Aquarius rising, all right, you have Pisces in the second house, and you are needed to focus on your throat, okay, your neck, your thyroid, and your vocal cords, all right? So with this energy, something as simple as your hormones, okay, checking your hormone level. What are you drinking, okay? Are you drinking too much? Are you, when you wake up in the rising, are you drinking water, enough water, okay? Things that help with the throat, okay? Also, have you been putting off singing? Are you a singer? Or even if you don't sing that well, have you been suppressing your voice, all right? Those are all important, all right? Now, moving on to Capricorn rising. So this Pisces lunar eclipse has been wanting to teach you about your arms, your shoulders, your lungs, your hands, and your nervous system, okay? What have you been doing with your hands as far as manicures, okay? Manicures are really important, even for men, it's not just a girl thing. How are you taking care of your hands? You might even be a musician or something and you work with your hands a lot, or you're a mechanic, okay? It's very important to take care of your hands. It's not just a woman thing, all right? Also, with your nervous system, are you taking care of, if you have any kind of anxiety, taking time for yourself, all right? Are you working out your arms, okay? You're doing those push-ups, okay? As far as your lungs, okay, are you a smoker, okay? Has the doctor told you, to cut back on, the cigarettes and all this other stuff? Are you taking care of your lungs? Are you breathing? That's also helping with the nervous system. When you are having a hard day or rough day, are you taking some time to actually take a deep breath and inhale and, go outside and get all that good air that you need, that fresh air that you need, okay? All right, now we're going to move on to Sagittarius rising, okay? So Pisces in your chart, okay, wants you to focus on that Cancerian energy, okay, as far as like your chest, your breast, your stomach, and any kind of things that has to do with nurturing, all right? How have you been nurturing yourself? You've been nurturing your body. Have you been getting your mammograms, all right? This is also too for not just women, for men, okay? Breast cancer does not, women just are not the only ones that get breast cancer. Men can get breast cancer as well, all right? Also, focusing on your stomach, okay? What are you putting? Are you taking your, well, maybe you have to take antibiotics, or are you taking too much antibiotics, or probiotics is what I was wanting to say, but antibiotics came out. But probiotics, prebiotics, okay? How are you taking care of your stomach? Are you eating, foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, those fermented foods, even pickles, okay? For those who are Haitian, okay? Are you putting those fermented foods in your body, okay, to help with your stomach, all right? Now, moving on to Scorpio rising, okay? Scorpio rising, Pisces, is wanting you to focus on your heart, okay? Your spine, your upper back, okay? Your spinal column, all right? How is your heart, okay? These past few years, have you gone through a heartbreak? Have you gone through a breakup, okay? Not an MRI, EKG or something like that has to do with your heart, okay? Have you been to a specialist, all right? Are you exercising, okay? Because, we have to get our heart rates up to be healthy, okay? Your upper back, okay? Did you suffer from a back injury? Have you been stretching, okay? Spine, have you been told that you have scoliosis, stuff like that? Like, focusing on those areas, all right, if you are a Scorpio rising, all right? Now, moving on to Libra rising, okay? Libra rising, you need to focus on your digestive system, okay? Sixth house energy, okay? Your intestine, okay? Same thing with, fermented foods, all right? Kimchi, again, fermented foods like sauerkraut, pickles, all right? Focusing on your spleen and your pancreas, all right? Have you been taking any kind of herbs, that helps, with that? Have you been to a specialist? Does diabetes, run in your family? How is your iron levels? Like, stuff like that is something that you really need to pay attention to, okay? For Virgo risings. I'm sorry, for Libra risings. Now, moving on to Virgo risings, all right? Virgo risings, what is going on with your kidneys, okay? Your skin, your lower back, okay? Even your bottom, okay? Are you getting what is called like hemorrhoids, okay? When you're really stressed or when you're not eating enough fiber, okay? What's going on with that? Your skin, okay? Have you been getting any beauty regimens that has to do with your skin? Have you been taking care of your skin? Also, kidneys play a major role in what your skin looks like, okay? Are you drinking enough water? Are you taking enough limes and lemons, stuff like that? And how is your lower back, okay? If you're, stuff going on with your kidneys, your lower back is going to be affected as well, okay? So that's for my Virgo risings. Now, moving on to Leo risings, okay? With this Pisces eclipse, it has been trying to teach you about your reproductive system, okay? Your sexual organs and your bowels. Now, what's been going on? Have you suffered a miscarriage, something that you These past few years, okay, if you have, I am my deepest condolences. All right, with that, that's something very hard to go through. Have you been struggling with trying to conceive? Okay, have you been getting you know STDs, or I don't know, like certain things like that? Has a partner been coming and, you've been dealing with that stuff with your partner? Okay, what's going on with that? Yeast infections, BVs, like have you gone to the doctor to check out your reproductive system? Also with men, like how is your sperm count? Okay, it's not always on the women. You have to go to the doctor as well. She may be going to the doctor, trying to figure out why she can't get pregnant. All along, it's your sperm count. Okay, so be responsible. Okay, and have some accountability. Everyone, not just women, men, everyone needs to be accountable for their reproductive health. Okay, and take care of your sexual organs. Okay, maybe you've been a little bit too out there. Okay, and that's the lessons that you need to learn about that. Okay, now moving on to Cancer risings. Okay, Cancer risings, this past few years, maybe you needing to focus on like your hips, okay, your thighs, your liver, your sciatic nerve. Okay, liver detox. Okay, maybe you've been drinking too much, I don't know. Some of you may have gotten some kind of surgery, or wanting to, or been thinking about getting some kind of surgery. But just pay attention to your nerves, your nerve system as well. Okay, that's for my Cancer risings. Now moving on to Gemini risings. Okay, now Gemini risings, you all, they've been trying to tell you to focus on your knees. Okay, you're not young like you used to be. All right, your joints, your bone, your teeth. Okay, you need to go to the dentist. Okay, get your teeth checked out. Maybe you've been having some teeth pain, a toothache, something been going on with your teeth. Maybe you've been thinking about getting braces. Okay, also focusing on your bones. All right, getting those your calcium, checking your calcium levels. All right. And whatever it is that you need to look into. Have you been stretching? Yoga might be something good that you have been thinking about getting into. Okay, now moving on to my Taurus rising. Taurus risings, this lunar eclipse, these past few years, have been trying to tell you, or look into your ankles. Okay, your calves, your circulatory system. Okay, maybe you rolled your ankle, or you've been dealing with your ankle, like ankle pain. Building your calves up. Maybe that's something you've been focused on in the gym. Also, your circulatory system. What's going on with your circulatory system? You've been taking your vitamins, stuff like that. Focus on that. All right, my Taurus rising. And then last but not least, our Aries risings. Okay, this lunar eclipse in the past few years been trying to, tell you to focus on your feet. Okay, you've been, neglecting your feet. What's going on? Have you been getting pedicures? Again, this is not just for women. Man, you can get pedicures as well. Okay, your toes. Okay, what's been going on with your toes? Your lymphatic system. All that's very important. Okay, getting those lymphatic massages. Okay, and really focusing on your lymphatic system. Have you been eating foods that help with that system? So yeah, all of this is very important. Astrology can be tied into your health. Okay, again, I am not a physician. I just love astrology, and I love what it could teach us. Okay, we all need to be aware of our bodies. Okay, we all need to be aware of our health. All right. Things can change at the blink of an eye. Okay, so that's what I have for you all. Much love to you all. Peace.